guys, and welcome to my channel Inspiring Life Changes. My name is Colette and I'm here today to do a reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp Aries. It is a love reading today, so cross watchers, you may also be interested in watching this particular reading as well. If so, I will be using two decks of cards. The first deck of cards I'm going to be using for Aries, and the second deck of cards will be for yourself. So we have the Messenger of Air and the Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I'll see if these fit into the reading. Yes, so Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp energy of Aries. If you don't know where those placements are, particularly Cusp energy, you're going to be on the 0 degree end of Aries, just moving out of Pisces, or you're going to be on the 29 degree point of Aries moving into Taurus. So there will be a astrological chart link for you in the description box down below for you to go and check that out. If you are at all interested in finding out about your own chart, if you don't already know about it. You could also then maybe check out your moon sign, your Venus sign. I would particularly say check out your Venus sign because this is a love reading and Venus rules all things to do with love and relationships. Rising sign as well, so your ascendant, and for that you need to know your time of birth. So you need to know your place and your time and your date of birth. And then you should be able to check out your chart if you haven't done that before now. So I have started your reading, Aries, today with, oh, before I forget, can I just say thumbs up the video for me as well, please? That would be a really big help. I usually do say that at the end as well, but people may just like cut off before I get to that point because they don't want to listen to all that waffle. So if you haven't thumbs up my videos, please could you do that for me, and also subscribe to my channel if you're interested in finding out any more. But I will say more about that at the end of the video for those who would like to stay and listen to the rest of it. So first card is taken from a suit of cards. I take all the cup cards out and pull one cup card, or one card is given for the reading, and we have the Princess of Cups. And while I was actually meditating on this particular set of cards, these set of cup cards, I got the words, they've gone out of my head now. What was it? Think about. Was it never too long? Never too long? Is that what it was saying? Never too long? But it was basically about waiting. Like this person was kind of saying that they can wait forever. They can wait forever. It doesn't matter how long it takes. That's basically what it was saying, actually, was like however long it takes was the words that I got. However long it takes, Aries. So if somebody said that to you, or if you are feeling that way yourself about something, then maybe this reading is your reading. Maybe it will resonate for you. If it doesn't resonate for you, then just leave it, because not everything resonates with everybody out there. It is just a general love reading. So that was the message. But the Princess of Cups in this deck relates to the Knight of Cups, so it's very much being in that energy of wanting to give love here, wanting to offer this cup of love to somebody, but also drinking from it yourself as well. It's almost like realizing that you have to drink the cup of love first before you can give it to somebody else, before you have to sustain yourself, is how it's coming through. You have to sustain your own needs before you can offer yourself to somebody else on that same level. And we have the Nine of Cups on the bottom of that particular deck as well. And there she is, like holding that cup in her hand there, and she's kind of looking at it quite, it's almost like the kind of pre-thinking about drinking from it there, thinking about, should I or shouldn't I? Is this the right thing to do? And I feel as though it kind of represents this person that you have an energetic connection with here, the cross watcher, or somebody you have this strong energetic connection with, which I feel, because you've got the Five of Swords in reverse, it feels as though there's still a lot of conflict around this particular situation. But like I was saying, the words that came through about however long it takes, you are prepared to wait, is kind of what it's saying to me. That you've made your mind up. This is the decision that you've made. This is the person. This is the situation. And if you're not together at this time, then somebody is definitely wanting there to be that reunion. Because underneath we also have the Two of Cups here as well. So somebody is definitely looking for that reunion, and we actually do start the reading with the Two of Cups. It is in reverse. So the cards are set out in 3 sets of 3. So the top 3 will tell you about your past. It can be recent past, it can be past something that happened years ago, something that comes from your childhood, stems from your childhood. It could be something that you're still dealing with now, like a fallout situation that may have happened a while back, but you're still in that same energy. So with the Two of Cups here, it's saying to me that there has been a strong connection with somebody, this person in your life, Aries. You realise, you recognise that this is the person that you want to offer your cup to, but at the same time you're learning that you need to also be able to maybe also receive that cup as well, because we do also have another card for that too, but I will get onto that in a bit. But there's definitely, I feel as though there is definitely still a lot of attachment here. There is still kind of these flowers to me always look as though they've got eyes in them, as though somebody's kind of still keeping their eye on somebody, that this hasn't gone away, that they're, even if it's just kind of like in a psychic energetic level, somebody's still like connected to somebody here very strongly, very deeply. There's a strong placement, attachment. But the fish is also swimming in opposite directions here as well, which kind of talks about being able to be, like if it was upright, it would be that you were together, but there was enough trust there between the two of you to be able to do your own thing and not have to kind of constantly, it's like swimming off, doing your own thing and coming back together. But when the Two of Cups is upside down, I feel that sometimes it can be an energy where somebody is too like trying to make something with that other person, but almost like without allowing the other person to have space on their own time to do their own thing. It's like, you've got to be here with me all the time. I have to know what you're doing because I love you so much. I want to know exactly where you are, if you're safe. There can be a protective element behind this as well, but it can also be something that can be overwhelming for the other person. And we have the Seven of Air as the next card out in this, which is saying to me, the Seven of Air, I always see this as a card of somebody who's trying to fit into a situation, but today it's coming through more as somebody who's kind of trying to almost like like not wanting to listen to something is how it's coming across. There's like lots of voices, lots of things going on around, and this person's just kind of trying to avoid it. So this could have been a situation of avoidance here, somebody not wanting to see the truth about something. It can be a card, Seven of Air can be seen as self-deception as well. So there could be an element here where somebody has tried to avoid seeing what they don't want to see in a relationship. And somebody could have been trying to really get your attention, really kind of trying to get you to notice something or understand them on a better level, on a deeper level. That's what I feel what all these birds are kind of saying here. Listen to me, I've got things I want to say to you. Like there's this little bird even kind of sitting there on her lap, really kind of trying to get her attention, and she's just kind of vacantly looking elsewhere. Yeah, just kind of vacantly, just almost like she's not there. Almost like somebody, how it feels is like somebody just going through the motions, just kind of going through, like living their life as if they're just kind of going through the motions, literally, like they're not really there. I don't know if it's your energy, Aries, or the other person's energy. Cards can be swapped over if it makes more sense, if the story resonates in the opposite way. But what I'm getting is that somebody, although they were there physically, it was like they'd already left the situation, they'd disembodied in a way, they'd kind of gone elsewhere in their head. Like they had all these dreams and fantasies and possibly, like, you know, plans for the future that maybe they weren't actually expressing to you. But one person, I feel, was trying to get somebody else's attention, and the other person was just kind of no longer connecting. And we have the Six of Earth as your next card here. The Six of Earth, Six of Pentacles, it can be seen as that energy of needing to give and take, like reciprocity, learning. And I feel that on some level, as I was talking about with these kind of cup cards here, that this could also have something to do with that energy of somebody needing to learn. If they give all the time, then they have to learn to receive as well, because they can't just almost like just give and then like have nothing left for themselves, because then that's just going to cause more problems. Sorry, I was just looking at something there. But it can also be seen as a card of kind of balance, of trying to kind of keep things on an even keel. And maybe that was also what it was about. Maybe somebody was trying to kind of give too much to this situation to keep it on an even balance. Maybe one person was giving more than the other. One person may well have felt that they were, it feels like kind of keeping it going, like, what's the word I'm looking for? One person was feeding into it more. They were kind of trying to keep it alive in a way more than the other person, because like I said, the other person's already kind of detached here, which in a way made this other person, either you Aries or the other person, whoever this is about, one of you kind of detached and withdrew and took possibly more But I feel that on one side there's all these, like, if you see on one side they've got like these shining kind of lights coming out of one side, and the other side is a lot more kind of dull and less kind of showy, if you like. But that's how it's coming through for me, that one person was definitely trying to make this happen, make it balanced, make it real. Because what we've got in the next scenario here is the Eight of Earth in your present energy, which is talking to me about mastering a situation. But I feel as though this is you mastering your own self-worth here as well, Aries. It's interesting because it comes with the transformation card in the very middle of this as well. So it does feel as though there's a big change going on here. That somebody's really kind of working hard on themselves. Trying to transform something. Trying to go onto a deeper level here. And the center card for me is always the most important card, because it kind of emanates outwards and inwards. I see that's where the kind of center point of the energy is. So the transformation card being the death card as well, rebirth, transforming a situation, transforming yourself is really how it's coming across here. There's a change of your own perception, really working hard on. And I don't feel it's just material. It could be material because you've also got the Six of Earth as well up there. So for some of you, it could just be you've kind of come out of this situation and you've kind of buried yourself in the very kind of physical world, the physical environment. You're kind of... It still feels as though you're working towards something. You're working for a goal. There's a goal, there's something that you want to achieve here. There's something that's kind of pushing you towards that. And as you're doing that, this transformation is kind of taking place. It's almost like an automatic thing. It's not something that you are actually consciously making happen. It's not like you're thinking, oh, I'm going to transform myself. I'm going to make myself change. It's not, doesn't feel like that. It feels more like it's a natural progression. It's something that's just happening because of the way that you're working with the energies here, Aries. And if you look at this card, she's got this firebird, which is very much an Aries kind of energy. Fire energy, transformation. You do actually have a lot of energy, a lot of planets and things in your sign at this time, Aries. So you do also have Chiron in your sign, which is the deep transformational healing energy, and it heals on a level of deep generational ancestral stories as well. So you could be going through a really big change within yourself. Like I said, it doesn't feel as though it's something that you're deliberately doing. It's just an aspect of what's happening around you in your life at this time. And you have the Three of Water on the other side of this card. Often the Three of Water would be seen as a card of celebration because it's a Three of Cups. It can be seen as celebration. It can be seen as something coming back emotionally. I feel when I was putting this card down, I don't know if this is going to be for everybody, but some Aries out there have either offered maybe an apology or a gift for somebody. It could be for yourself, Aries, because you've just had a birthday. So it could be coming from the person who wants to reconcile here. But you're really not sure, whichever way round it is, because this hand here has not taken hold of it. So whoever this is about, whoever has been given something as a kind of peace offering, it feels like. It's like a peace offering. It's like, please accept my apology. Please accept my gift. I want to make this better. The other person is feeling kind of a bit burdened by it all, because they're kind of thinking to themselves, well, I remember what it was like before, and I don't know if I should accept this. I don't know whether to take this or not. They may have accepted it, but they may still be in two minds as to whether or not they're going to keep it, whether or not they're going to kind of allow that energy to open back up again, is how I'm seeing it. And incoming energy, the 10 of fire, or 10 of wands in reverse, is an interesting card, because I see this as you kind of very determined. It's like a real determination. It's like you're really kind of going back through everything. It's like everything is all, it's, how can I put it? So none of it is making sense, either to yourself, Aries, or to the cross watcher here. Somebody keeps going over and over and over, and each time they go over, it's like they kind of release it, or they think they release it. Because if you see, it's all on fire. It's like pages out of a book that are all on fire. So there's this kind of sense of having released it, but because it's in reverse, it feels to me as though this has been going on for a while. It's like this energy is still there. It is a 10, so it is a final kind of energy. But in saying that, it also does need to be let go of. You know, it's like it needs to be allowed to be released, rather than kind of just keeping it circling around and around, because it can become oppressive. It can become a kind of energy where you end up feeling not just stuck in it, but you feel as though you're never going to move beyond it, get out of that mindset, that creative block. So there could be something that creatively at this time is kind of holding you back. Maybe it could have something to do with somebody not knowing how to step forward. So somebody is kind of keeping their, not just their options open, but they're trying to look for ways to re-enter into this. And it's like, if this doesn't work, what do I do next? What's my next option? What can I do now? I've tried this one, I've tried this one. I've been there, I've done that one. That's how it feels. It's like somebody who's kind of almost in a sense of panic, is how it feels, like in a sense of panic, like they're getting more and more kind of worried about it. Because they feel as though they're running out of chances or options here. And that's followed by the 6 of air. Which is a card of leaving the storm behind and moving forward. It's kind of saying for me that if you keep doing this, you're going to keep on staying in this stormy weather, this stormy area, which isn't going to help you. Because you're going to keep getting dragged back into this past. It's kind of like you move forward and then you kind of end up going back again. You move forward and you end up going back again. It's almost like I feel as though somebody's scared to let go of this, for fear that if they do, they're going to completely lose everything. If they kind of allow themselves to move away from it and energetically change the energy, because I feel that that's what's keeping this situation the way it is there's this energetic like frenetic, it feels almost like a frenetic energy coming from this person, whether that's yourself, Aries, or the other person. It's like it's being picked up on a energetic level by whichever person is not in that energy, but they're feeling that energy. So the Six of Aries saying it's time to kind of glide away from this. It's time to kind of allow the smooth sailing of this boat into calmer waters, new, more peaceful, tranquil state of mind. Allow yourself to move on, to move forward. At least on an energetic level, at least it's almost like, how can I put it? It's almost like trusting the other person, allowing the other person to make the decision for themselves, rather than you trying to make or force the decision for them. And by kind of turning your back and walking away from this situation, it kind of breaks that energy, it kind of cuts it. So whatever has been holding that energy in place will be kind of released. And in doing so, it brings in the Ace of Fire, which is a completely new, although I say completely new, it still feels like this. It's like a new start though. It's like a new beginning. It's like a new way of approaching situation. This little fairy that you can see on the very top of this lantern here is holding this little tiny red heart. You can just see her, and she's got this tiny little red heart, and she's kind of clutching it to her chest, and she's kind of saying, and I feel again, because of the words that I got earlier, that this is like, you know, however long it takes, I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to maybe not just sit here, but it's like you are holding this person very close to your chest, and it's like even if you have to move on without them, you are not leaving them behind. In your heart they are there, they are with you. And it's kind of saying that because this is a creative, a passionate energy, there is still a strong attraction, but the Ace of Fire energy can also be put into other things as well. It can be an energy of great creative potential. And it's kind of saying, like, you know, if you become all consumed by just this one thing, then you're not going to get the result you want. You're not going to, it feels like something, it's like wanting to reignite this passion, wanting to reignite this new energetic story, but you've got to hold back here, is how it's coming through for me. It's like you've got to hold back, you've got to hold it in, you've got to contain it. And it also feels like this is part of the transformational energy as well. This is part of the transformation that is taking place, is this new Again, because you've got this firebird, this kind of like phoenix rising from the ashes. So this is how this is coming across for me, that this is you kind of rising from the ashes as a new version of yourself, shall we say. Because it is very Aries energy, the Ace of Fire. And I'm also, I don't know why, but I'm getting a very strong sense of kind of like autumn. Possibly because of the colouring and the leaves in the background and things, but there seems to be kind of a sense of autumn, and maybe that's got something to do with those words I was saying earlier as well that came into my head, however long it takes. So maybe it's something that will change in autumn for you. It seems like a long time away, or possibly even the heat of summer. For some of you it may be summer, for some it may be autumn. But let's see what this what the cross-watcher, the person that you have an energetic connection with, Aries, let's see their feelings on all of this. How are they viewing all of it? So we have the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Four of Cups implies that there's sadness, sorrow, not an easy situation. And I have the Ace of Rods and the King of Rods. So you've also got the Ace of Rods or the Ace of Fire here. But theirs is in reverse and it's over the top of this Two of Water. So it's basically saying to me that there was something very strongly, like with the King of Rods in reverse as well, there was a strong connection, like sexual connection, strong attraction here between the two of you. Very fiery, very passionate, but it could also have been very like a lot of conflict around that because of that. A lot of fire energy, which could have caused a lot of arguments, a lot of disagreements, a lot of not seeing eye to eye. Somebody maybe trying to take control over the situation. As I was saying earlier, someone not allowing the other person to have that space to be themselves is how this is coming across. But there was also, on both sides, I feel as though there was a strong attraction here. This wasn't just the one side, this was both. And I think both of you had high hopes for it as well, with the Ace of Rods there. I think that it had a lot of potential, but unfortunately that potential didn't work out. Because this person, again, more fire. You could be dealing with another fire sign here, Aries, or somebody with a lot of fire in their chart. But the Nine of Rods is kind of saying that this person felt overwhelmed, like it was a battlefield, like the whole relationship ended up is just being like constantly disagreeing, constantly arguing with each other until you've both kind of battered and just feeling like the love had disappeared. There was like, where's the love? Where's it gone? It's just not here. How can this person love me if all we do is argue and fight and disagree and don't see eye to eye and doesn't take any notice of me or doesn't listen to what I have to say? Or isn't interested in what I am doing and how I'm doing things in my life. It just feels like a lot of kind of disinterest from one partner, from one side. Like, although I'm not saying that it was just one person, but I feel that one person was more aware of it and was affected by it maybe, and the other person was more kind of almost like it, not that it didn't matter to them, but like they were prepared to put up with it because they were still in that relationship. So because they were still in that relationship, it was fine. They could cope with it. They could deal with it. Is how it feels. But it was a battlefield. I'm literally getting the words in my head. Love is a battlefield. Which is actually a song, I believe, by someone. I have no idea who it was. Female singer. Can't remember what her name was. If anybody does know, you can put it in the comment section for me. That would be really good. Can't think what her name was. So 6 of Earth. Another thing as well, Aries, it took a long time for your cards to come out today. It's a good job I didn't do it while I was actually recording, because we'd have been here for over like 15-20 minutes just getting the cards out on the table. It took a long time, and I think that's another reason about the words, you know, however long it takes. It definitely does seem to be the kind of motto around this reading. Like there is something about like the timing about it all. Somebody's prepared to wait a long time. Look, let's see what we've got down here. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. And the Knight of Rods on the bottom. So more fire energy with the Knight of Rods. And the Hangman in reverse is kind of saying to me that somebody's had to take a deeper look at something. And it was something that was kind of forced on them. It was a situation that they didn't willingly put themselves into. They feel as though they were kind of forced into that place of looking at something on a deeper level, trying to see things clearer. And I feel as though it's something that it's been put off and put off and put off because somebody doesn't want to go any deeper into this. So this could be the cross-watcher, this could be yourself, Aries. This could be how the cross-watcher is viewing you as being somebody who's kind of wanting to, again, avoid that situation, not wanting to go to the depths of something, not wanting to see it from another person's point of view, from their point of view, because the Hangman does talk about getting a clear perspective, some new insight into something. But it also talks about letting go and releasing as well. So again, in reverse, the reluctance here to let go and release is very strong, which could be how, so it's saying how this person, feels, because we also have the 4 of Pentacles and the High Priestess over the top of the 8 of Earth. So there is definitely a stubborn energy here of not wanting to move past something, not wanting to to let go of what you've accumulated, of what you've got, what you feel is yours. It's like I'm holding on to this really tightly. You look at this. It looks like a king to me. I think he is. I think he's a king who's not very kingly, even though he's got a crown on his head. He looks like a king who's kind of down on his luck somehow. But the thing about the 4, which is really interesting, is the more you hold on to it, the more you limit the amount that you are allowing to actually come in, or the more you're limiting the fact that something's going to change. Or it's similar to what I was saying earlier, this kind of energetic energy of holding on, and the more you hold on, the more it stays the same. So you just stay in this energetic place of kind of stuckness, stagnant energy, nothing more coming in, just and this can be on a physical level as well, but I feel more as though this is to do with this person's reluctance for change, whereas this person's kind of open to change, in the sense of like they're working on something, they're mastering this energy here, this, even though they're not aware of this transformation as such. This other person very much wants to keep the status quo the way it is. They want that energy, or at least this is how the other person sees them, as wanting to keep that energy the same way, or keep the relationship as it was. Like there wasn't allowed to be change or questioning things, or a sense of like, you know, if it's not broke, why fix it? But it doesn't kind of challenge anything. It was like no challenging. I feel as though one person saw challenging as a quite healthy thing to do. Like it was healthy. It was like it would bring in a different dynamic and kind of change the energy and make you think, and the other person didn't like that. They didn't like that challenging energy. They didn't like to be challenged. They didn't like to be asked to look at things on a deeper level, because we've got the High Priestess with this, and the High Priestess is the energy of going to that deeper level. I mean, the Hangman and the High Priestess both coming out one after the other, not quite in the same place, but it's still the same kind of energy. It's very Neptunian energy. It's kind of saying like, you know, you have to go to a deeper level, on a deeper subconscious level, to understand something. And I feel that this person was very, very reluctant to do so. Maybe they were very much caught up in their physical environment and very much matter of fact about things, possibly very logical, but very kind of matter of fact. This is how it is, this is how it's always been, this is how it's going to stay kind of energy. Whereas the High Priestess, which may have been the other person as well, was much more kind of like, you know, there's more to this. There's much more to this than just the physical realm. There's a deeper level here. There's a subconscious. There's a energetic level. There's a, you know, it's like they had more insight. There's more insight, more understanding. One person I feel was kind of more, shall we say, less developed in that kind of way. This is a very spiritual energy, a very spiritual understanding of the world, the High Priestess. And I feel that one person kind of had more of an open mind and more able to accept things on a different level, and the other person was very closed off to that. And that could have been what caused a lot of the problems, a lot of the disagreements, and because this is the energy that's moving in as well. It's like somebody's being asked here to kind of come out of this energy and move further, deeper into something. Move deeper. Like, not just the mundane level, go beyond the mundane. And also, if there's things going on around this person that are like a little bit, shall we say, supernatural, then it could be something that kind of they're aware of, but they're also not wanting to acknowledge or kind of look at or understand. And it's like, yeah, it's there, it's fine, it's there, I know it's there, but I don't have to engage in it. I don't have to kind of like be a part of it. But I feel that in order for this to be reconciled, somebody's needing to look at that side of their personality, at that side of their resistance to not accepting, because this, I feel, is something that is very much this other person's, possibly you, Aries, possibly the other person, the cross-watcher, or the person you've got an energetic connection with. I don't know exactly which way round, I'm just reading the cards as they come. It does feel as though that could well be the cross-watcher's energy. I'll also just say as well that everything was very black or white to this person. It's like they didn't like grey areas. It was either black or white. It's like it wasn't easy for them to have any kind of sense of an in-between. But there is also some growth going on there. It's almost like it's being, again with the Hangman, being forced on them. It's almost like they're learning to go into that deeper part of their own psyche. We have over the top of the transformation card the Ace of Cups. And it's in reverse. And I feel that it's in reverse because I feel that this person fears this transformation, because they feel that if you go through this transformation and come out the other side of it as somebody else, somebody different, then you're not going to want to know them anymore. You know, it's like you can't. That's why they're so stubborn about keeping things the same way and the status quo. This person possibly doesn't like change as well. But they feel that this transformation is going to, like, they're going to lose you. They're going to lose your love, whichever person this is for. Like, they're going to lose the love that they had with you. And of course, this is that Princess of Cups energy here as well, where she's kind of got this cup, because I feel as though you're learning to take this for yourself, Aries. You're drinking from this cup for yourself. That's how it came through. And it does feel as though there is this fear. Around this card, around this energy. And we have the Chariot. over the Three of Water. So this person does want to move things forward. That's why I said that you could be getting some kind of peace offering, some kind of gift, something, possibly if this is you, Aries, for your birthday. But you don't know whether or not you want to accept it. This person is hoping that you're going to reconcile and move things forward, that there will be this kind of, yeah, like this recognition that they are meant to be in your life, that they are the right person for you, but at the same time they fear that they're not. They fear even that they may not be the right person for you. And that fear is kind of what's driving some of this behaviour. They could also be learning to balance things out for themselves as well with the Chariot. Similar, if you see here on the side of this High Priestess, she's got these black column and this white column. And here we've got the white Sphinx and the black Sphinx. So that also talks about balance between light and dark. Again, as I was talking, this kind of grey area, that this person was not keen on grey areas. It was either this or it was that. But they may well be learning that in order for something to kind of move forward in their lives, they need to have that balance. They need to have both. They can't just have one or the other. Too much of one or too much of the other. From one extreme to the next extreme. This person may go backwards and forwards like that. They may have this extreme quality about them. Maybe they could be like really happy and really up one minute and really down and really kind of low about things the next, and that they can't kind of find that middle ground, that balance to kind of move them forward. So they could be swinging from extremes here, although the Chariot is in the upright position, so they may well be learning this at this time. Learning that it's okay to kind of have that middle path, that middle identity. Oh, I'm going to take all them, too many. I'll take the Seven of Cups. Death on the very bottom as well, so that there is also a transformation happening for this person, but it was upside down. But again, it is a kind of recognition of transformation taking place within their own lives. Because they've got the Seven of Cups here over the top of the Ten of Fire for yourself. And this energy is the energy of kind of trying to get unstuck or looking for the reason, the answer. Moving forward. It's that kind of like, how do I do it? What do I do next? How do I move this forward? What is it that I have to do to actually move this forward? And the Seven of Cups for me can be an energy of wallowing. It can also be seen, a lot of people see this card as being like a card of a lot of options. There's lots of things that open up, there's choice. So this could also be to do with, as I was saying, this person kind of trying to work out what's the next move, what do I do next? Like, you know, I've offered this, I've done this one, and it hasn't worked. Again, this could be how they view you. They could be seeing this as your energy of you trying to do all these things. And the Seven of Cups can keep us stuck in that energy as well, because it's like, I don't know which to do. I don't know what to do next. I've tried all of this. But it can also, for me, it can come through as a card of kind of wallowing in that place of kind of too much emotion. Stuck in too much emotion, stuck in like feeling sorry for yourself. But there's lots of different choices on that card as well. If you see all those cups, they're full of different things. Some of them much nicer than others. So there's also a sense of like, you know, what do you think you deserve? What are you going to pick for yourself? How much do you think you deserve it? Again, like coming back to this Ace of Cups. How much does this person believe they deserve your love, or for you to have their love? Which could also be this Six of Cups energy here, as well as, sorry, Six of Pentacles energy, as I was talking about earlier. This give and take, balancing, receiving, learning to receive and to give on both sides for it to be an equal, balanced situation. Which is something this person seems to have a problem with, is that kind of balanced energy. Seems to be kind of from one extreme to the other. Emotionally, definitely. Very up and down kind of energy is how it's coming through. So the Six of Air, trying to leave something behind, trying to move forward. Seven of Swords again. So the Seven of Air. So we've got the 6 and the 7. And the 7, it's in reverse. Seven of Swords can be an energy of self-sabotage, especially when it's in reverse. Especially if this person's coming from a place of fear. Again, I get the feeling this person needs to let this go, to allow something, the energy to change. There's something being held back. Something's not being, again, something not being revealed. We've got Seven of Swords twice here. So whoever this is, they're wanting to try and move on, try and kind of get out of that stormy water, away from the strife, really, from the, feels like this kind of constant barrage of head fuck ups is how it's coming through. Like, just kind of like, I don't want to deal with any of this anymore. I don't want to kind of be involved in any of this kind of pettiness or headfuck energy. It's just how it's coming through. That's not usually something that I would normally say, but that's how it's feeling. It's feeling like even possibly that you have to bow this person out of crazy situations, possibly, that they kind of keep getting themselves into, or you have done in the past. And then we go from the Seven of Swords to the Eight of Pentacles, which is another card that you've got here as well. So that's interesting because it kind of feels as though the energy is shifting. In not kind of entertaining this energy anymore, in moving away from it. It's bringing on this change of energy over the top of the Ace of Fire. So this is also about looking at something about, no. Again, okay, mastery. Each of these coins in the background here are like past situations, past experiences, past attempts at something, past, it can be past relationships, emotional experiences. Even though it's coins, it's like what you learnt from it. What's the value of that? Did you learn something from it? Was it a valuable lesson for you? So this person's kind of stacked all those coins behind them. It's like that's now in the past, which could also be the Seven of Swords energy here as well. And they are now kind of working on this. They've got this pentacle here. So it's like it's like a new project for them, something that they're now putting their time and their energy and their effort into, creating this new step forward. And it feels like a growth. It does feel like there's some growth in this situation. And at the bottom of the deck, they've got the Wheel of Fortune as well. So there is some energy changing. They have kind of shifted something. Something has moved within this situation, or is going to move within this situation. Something is going to become more, and it feels more wholesome as well. It feels as though this person is more aware of their own value as well, having gone through these experiences. And it could be because you do move away and you do kind of say no or put down boundaries or kind of refuse to allow this person's energy into your space. That they're having to kind of start looking at their own value and the lessons that they've had to learn in life. Which, as I was saying earlier, it felt as though this person was like less developed. And I don't mean that in a kind of like they were stupid way or anything. That's not what I'm saying. It's not that they're stupid. It's just that they're less emotionally developed. Emotionally, like they haven't really had a lot of value for themselves. Again, this Princess of Cups card talks about that, of like drinking from that cup for yourself. But I still feel that this person still, or whichever person, like it's like they're doing this for themselves, but at the same time there's still this this drive behind it. There is still this drive of this relationship, of the connection between the two of you is what's kind of driving this person forward. It's like a realization that has occurred to them. Maybe that's what this Ace of Fire is also saying here, like something that you spark within them. Maybe unwittingly. So let's see what the Wild Offering cards guidance is for the reading today, Aries. Guidance for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp energy for Aries, please. Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, Cusp energy for Aries. And Aries Cross Watcher. Person that Aries has an energetic connection, bond to, strong bond to. Energetic connection for Aries. What's the best? What's the best message, guidance for Aries? Definitely what I mean about the cards just taking a long time. Long time. The Nine of Cups can also talk about reunion as well, like the happiness card, dreams, inspiration, wanting what's best. And that can also be wanting what's best for the other person as well. So it can also be a sense of, if that is the best thing for them, then I'm going to let that happen. Which is really kind of what unconditional love is about as well. So you've got aging, Aries. And it says, I am one with unlimited love, beyond all seeing restrictions of age. I'm filled with joy, energy and beauty. A vessel for the divine Shakti, which is divine energy. Whatever name you give to it, can be anything, source, creator, God, universe, doesn't matter what you call it, it's all divine energy. So basically, Aries, it's saying remind yourself to fill yourself up, as I was saying. Or cross-watcher. That is the guidance here, is to give to yourself first before you can give to somebody else. You have to learn to give to yourself. You have to learn to look after yourself, like mentally, physically, spiritually. Take care of yourself. Know that you're beautiful inside and out. Know that you're connected with everything, that you are unlimited love. And lastly, we'll have a card from the Angel Guide Oracle. Let's see what the Angel Guide Oracle would like to say. I've not used these cards for a while. It says, expect miracles. It came out in reverse, which usually means that the message is more important, shall we say. It's like this is an important message, listen to what it's saying. Expect miracles. because it's only when you change that energy that miracles can come in. Because if you're sitting in this energy, then nothing's going to shift, nothing's going to change. But I do feel with the High Priestess there that it is happening. So the extended message, I'll read the whole thing. Your message: miracles occur naturally, which I also feel is this as well, this natural transformation, as I was saying. They are always ready to unfold. Your angels are encouraging you to prepare yourself for them now. A miracle doesn't have to be an extravagant change in circumstances. It can be a simple shift of energy that creates a wave of love in your life. If you need something positive to happen to you, or you are praying hard for something, this card brings you the message that something exciting and healing is about to unfold. In order to help this along, you are being guided by your angels to recognize and honor your own worth. Realize that you are absolutely worthy of miracles, and they will unfold in your life. Your entire life has been brought together by miracles. They are happening all the time. And the miracle that you need isn't a difficult one, because in the hands of the divine, anything is possible. The extended message is: place yourself in a golden light. Remember that the light of God is within you, right there in the heart of your being, your soul. Good things can happen for you, but in order to manifest something wonderful in your life, you have to believe that it is possible. And I'm seeing that as this energy here at this time. You could be seeing the miracle you need as impossible, or even as too big for you to achieve. Ultimately, this is exactly what is blocking it from happening. So change it now. Your angel guide is inviting you to open your mind and heart and see what you need being delivered to you. Feel that it is already in your life. Feel grateful for all your blessings, and you will allow the miracles you deserve to unfold. Which has kind of been the message right the way through the reading, I feel, Aries. Very strong sense of, like, you know, it's about you and your worth, and you're giving yourself that love that you're maybe looking elsewhere for first, and not finding it because you haven't given it to you. So on that note, Aries, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have found something interesting and helpful, and that it has helped you in general. If it has, please could you thumbs it up for me again, because, or don't thumbs it again, but saying it again. If you've watched the start and come all the way to the end, I'm going to stop waffling and just say, please could you like my video, could you subscribe to my video as well. Again, the likes help to get it out into the bigger YouTube world. It helps other people to see my videos, it helps other people to come back to my channel where people can look at my other videos as well. I do all the new moon, full moons, both tarot and astrology readings. I also do all the zodiac signs as well. I haven't done them for a while, so there is a big gap, but I am now back because Saturn has stopped squaring my Mars and my Mercury, so my energy's back, and I'm feeling a lot more kind of with it, shall we say. So also there's a little bell that will pop up, so if you want to press on that bell, and it will allow you to know as and when I am putting videos out there. There's a playlist as well for anybody who's interested. There's no dates on any of my videos because situations happen when they happen. Shit happens all the time. So if it resonates with you when you watch a video and you think, oh, that's really exactly what I needed to know, then that's the time that it's happening for you. Then that's how it is. So again, thank you very much. Please share my videos as well if you think that anybody else out there may find it of any help or benefit to them. A lot of people going through similar kind of struggling energies at this time as well, so anything helps. that would be great. And please, Aries, take really good care of yourself at this time, and take really good care of anybody else around you, but especially take good care of you. Thank you, Aries. Hopefully see you again soon.